Alrighty, well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Super Mario Galaxy 80% Luigi tournament of 2021 into 2022. We got quite an interesting match today. We have Flygonman versus Shadow64. It looks like they've already started. SpeedGaming was kind enough to notify me like 30 seconds later. So this is going to be a very interesting match. We got two really good players going against each other. I've been very excited for this match. Shadow, a player who tends to play more for speed and doesn't really prioritize consistency, but Flygonman, he's got a very good balance of speed and consistency, so it's going to be very interesting to see which one of these players will win. As far as I know, both players have not played this game since their last tourney match. Well, for Shadow, that was fairly recent. For Flygon, I believe that was a week and a half ago, so we may see some rust from him, but if there's anything I know about Flygonman, he's a very consistent player, so definitely don't count him out just from his performance right now in Gateway. Gateway's a very rough level. It's a very rough starting level. So any percent in this game really just entails getting 60 stars as fast as you can, and then heading over to the center of the universe, where the fate of the universe lies in your hands, and you must beat Bowser one last time. So Shadow and Flygon both just picked up the spin ability. This ability is going to be very useful to us throughout the whole run. We're going to be using it everywhere. Another thing you're going to be seeing both runners do a lot. They're going to be doing something called camera cancels. Basically, what they're doing is, if you noticed, after landing from that first launch card, they went into first person and came out, so they can kind of cancel the Luigi's landing animation. That saves about a second each time, so that time save really adds up over the course of the run because there's so many launch stars. I think they're both on even-ish gateways. They're both very close to each other in terms of skill level. Alrighty, let's see. Nice. Shadow nailing Luma skip there. Flygon's turn. Yeah. Shadow's got about a 9-second lead on Flygon right now. Oh, unfortunate. Flygon missing the Luma skip there. That's a 4-frame window to jump and skip the Luma, which saves around 10 seconds if you get it, but 10 to 15. Unfortunately, because Flygon missed it, he's going to be down an extra 10 seconds. You're going to see both players are on JPVC. Already 410 gateway from Shadow. Solid. Not bad. Flygon looking like it's going to be a high 4-2X, maybe 430. I apologize for the background noise. 459. Flygon. His timer is actually, but he has just captured that as like a second of delay. So the beginning of the run here is very cutscene heavy, very text heavy. So the beginning is very slow, but it'll pick up as the run goes on. So as I mentioned, both players are on JPVC, the Japanese Wii U Virtual Console version of this game. So you're going to see that in terms of text, they have a big advantage because Japanese text is faster than English text by about 50 seconds. And then you add the VC loads on top of that, you're saving a little bit more. over disk. Another thing that I will mention now is that both players are using 2P. So you notice that they both have 2 cursors on screen. Basically, what they're doing, there's a couple reasons they use it. You can get a super jump that you can get both off the ground and in midair, which is the one in midair is not intended by Nintendo, so it is an exploit, and we use it a lot. It also makes Starbit collection a complete breeze. You can freeze enemies, you can freeze boulders so that they crash into each other, giving you more Starbits, which you're going to see in this next level that's coming up. Generally, it just makes a lot of things trivial. It makes some strats that would be much more difficult with 1P, makes them a lot easier with 2P. Both players going into Good Egg 1 here. Very straightforward level. It's basically like the second introduction level. You're also going to notice that both players are going to be collecting a lot of Starbits. Shadow trying to go for the bounce there. Didn't quite set it up well. But you're going to see that Shadow's freezing these boulders to get more Starbits. For the route that both players are on, they need 1,400 Starbits. Over the course of the run, they're going to need 400 for Slingshot, 400 for Sweet Sweet, 600 for Quick Drop, in that order. Flygonman with a cleaner first planet than Shadow, so definitely making up a little bit of time there. Sticking to what he knows. Helps a lot, especially in the tourney setting. Shadow may play for speed more so than Flygon does, but ultimately consistency will most likely win in the end. But you never know. It's a 2.5-hour run. Anything can happen. This race can still weigh in either favor. Shadow with a sizable lead right now. I emphasize right now. So Shadow looks like he's on a fairly good Good Egg 1, as does Flygon. And looking like a solid dino fight from Shadow there. See how Flygon fares. I guess one thing I will mention is that in terms of the route that both these players are on, they're on sort of, they do the same stars, but they do them in different orders. Shadow does a slightly older version of the route that Flygon is on, but it's still largely the same. Just the only difference really is Kitchen. But after Kitchen, both routes will converge and they'll be the same, and we'll know who's ahead. So now I have Polari teaching Luigi how to collect and shoot Starbits, even though we already know how to collect and shoot Starbits. Yeah, ridiculous. But it turns out to be a little helpful because this next level that both players are going to be going into, Good Egg 2, you have to collect a lot of Starbits. You're going to have to collect 100 to feed this pink fella. It's the first Hungry Lumo of the entire game. So this is where 1P versus 2P really shines. Both players are on 2P, so that doesn't really matter. It makes Starbit collection a lot easier. Starbit routing is a huge part of this level. And what Shadow just did there, and I believe what Flygon will do as well. Interesting. That still worked. Okay. Shadow shot those Slurples with Starbits. If you shoot a Slurple with a Starbit, you get 3 from them instead of 1 from spinning into them. So, little thing that you can do there. Another thing that Shadow just did, he was manipulating those bushes with player 2's cursor so he can knock them into the spikes and get more Starbits dead. Yep, Flygon doing the same thing. Again, sticking with consistency for this. Going for the Luma Bounce instead. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So ideally, with 2P, ideally you'd already have 100 star bits upon entering the egg planet. But close to 100 is also good. Yeah, Flygon with 94, so all he has to do is just break one crystal. There you go. And he's good to go. Alrighty, there is a cycle a fast cycle you can make on the Pill Planet here, but I don't think either player goes for it. But you still want good movement on this planet, no matter what. Solid from Shadow there. Oh, missing the ground pound there. Alright, we can definitely make a different cycle. Alrighty, there you go. Alrighty, not too bad. A good egg 2 from Shadow there. Flygon seems to be struggling a little bit. $12 flat. Good egg 2 exit for Shadow. Flygon spinning, I think, just a little too early for that crystal. Oh, and a backflip. Yeah, backflips are very... If you get a backflip whenever you want a long jump with Luigi, those are very common. They're so annoying because Luigi tends to... He takes a little bit to get it to his top speed, which really can throw off runners. It's thrown many people off many times. Alrighty, now this is where we get to do some difficult stuff. Honey Hive 1. Ooh, frame perfect jump from Shadow. I'll explain that in a second, but Honey Hive 1 contains probably one of the biggest skips in the game, one of the hardest to learn if you're just starting out, if you want to learn it. Oh, looks like Shadow's going to be going for the 2P variant, if he can get a 2P jump. There you go. Sometimes 2P jumps can just not work because your nunchuck hates you, or your sensor bar hates you, or both. You definitely don't want both. Shadow looks like he's going to be going for the 2P belly slide here, and instead of getting the backwards butt slide, that would have been a very insane backup if that actually worked. But this is Flygon's chance to catch up a bit. Actually, this is Flygon's chance to overtake Shadow. Flygon looks like he's going to be sticking to his guns, going to be going for probably butt slide method here. Shadow still stubbornly... Whoa! Yeah, nope. Flygon takes the lead now. Missing it twice. That's brutal. For reference, if you miss it once, you're losing 30 seconds. If you miss it twice, well, yeah, no. That's just no good. Alrighty, third tries the charm. Went for butt slide instead, just so he didn't have to, try to deal with the annoyances of the 2P belly slide again. But Flygon now pulling ahead. How is Flygon's audio not usable? That is impossible. Oh, well. Alrighty, well, in any case, Flygon is now going to be... both players going to be heading into Honey Hive 2. So if you liked getting on the tree for Honey Hive 1 skip, you're going to love getting on the tree now, because the camera is different. So different that it doesn't want you to get on the tree. It's almost like you're not supposed to be there. Anywho, Honey Hive 2 starts pretty much the same way that Honey Hive 1 does. So nothing too special at the beginning here. Oh, that slope can be very annoying. And getting the slope jump there is annoying because sometimes when you can just mess it up and you could swear you did it correctly. Oh. Alright, so Flygon going for the 2-piece setup here. Nice. First try. Yeah, if anything, that's what's important. Just get it first try. Okay, struggling a little bit here. Alrighty, going for tower climb now. That was a good tower climb. Both players going to be going for it. Shadow looks like he's going to be going for the 2P version of it. Oh, tried to go for a 2P jump there. Missed it. Alrighty, well, Flygon maintaining his lead. Alrighty then. So now Flygon now going to be heading over to Honey Hive 3. If you like the Mandabugs in Honey Hive 2, Honey Hive 3 is full of them. Eris is a very rough film. Early game in this game is just awful because there's a lot of hard stuff to go for that hard to optimize at least. And if you mess any of them up, it's just founders tend to think that it's a much safer option to start over from a clean slate and try again. A lot of reset heavy stuff going on here. You can see Flygon using both Flygon and Shadow using 2P to, I believe, to freeze the boulders, try to get some more star bits out of that. Looks like Flygon is going to be going for the bee mushroom here. If I know Shadow, and I think I do, he's going to attempt to make some time up on Flygon and go for beeless. Because this is Shadow we're talking about. Yep. Ooh, barely getting that ledge grab there. Nice. Very good. Yeah, that's an annoying skip. It's all about knowing when to time your 2P jumps. It's not too bad once you get the timing down, but it's still like. So Flygon going to be taking it a little bit safe. He's going to be waiting for everything to come around here. Shadow looking like he's on a really clean fight right now. Very clean fight from Flygon as well. Nice and consistent. So steady wins the race after all. Shadow going for the fast third hit. Nice. So Shadow definitely made up a little bit of time on Flygon from Honey Hive 3 alone. That was pretty good. Yeah. So now Flygon going to be going into loop-de-loop. Both players going into loop-de-loop. So for little difference between 1P and 2P for this route. 1P runners go to Good Egg 3 and for star bits because of Sling Pod. For 2P, it's faster to do loop by a couple seconds, even without double death warp because... okay, what's happening now? Must be my internet having a moment. Okay, where was I? There's a lot of star bits in this level. Like, over 115. Over 110, at least. There's at least 5. So, interesting tidbit about the loop race. if you are running 1P, the 1P cursor actually disappears when you're on the Manta Ray. 2P cursor does not, so that allows us to use it and collect every star bit that we see. In turn, that also makes trying to do this race quickly while collecting star bits extremely difficult. That's just something you have to get used to. It's awkward, but it is doable, as many runners have demonstrated. So you can see them using their 2P cursors to collect every star bit that they see. Yeah, this race is hard because you got to do a lot of, go for a lot of tight turns and like corners. It's a scary one at top level, at high level as well. $59.36 race time from Flygonman. Not bad considering how hard it is to do that. $58.35 from Shadow. So Shadow making up just a tiny bit more time on Flygon. I almost said Shadow making up time on Shadow. That works. Yep. It's like a 22.13 for Flygon. Consider the delay. 22.22 exit for Shadow. So Flygon definitely losing his lead a little bit, but he still has it, so let's just hope he can maintain it. So in any case, both players now going in the flip switch. It's a short level, but it's a hard one. It's not easy to optimize at all. All in the angles here, you gotta know exactly where to turn, how tight to turn it. And you're doing all this while trying to make a laser beam cycle. So that's fun. There's actually a place where if you get frame perfect jump, that's a painful one. Like I'm trying to go for the single jump and dying to it. That hurts a lot. He just lost. Yeah, no, that just killed any chance of any lead he had on Shadow. Oh! Like I'm not having a good time in flip switch right now. Come on. Wait this out. Oh dear. Alrighty. He needs to be careful now. Ooh. Yeah, that one. That was painful. That's a pain. Flip switch is a very painful place to die in because death cycles are horribly screwed up and runners aren't used to them. So, now both players are going to be going into Mega Lake here. So we got to get from the first planet from here to there. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, normally you lead a bullet bill into a cage and take a launch star there, but watch this. It's as easy as that. The way that works is because not only does this planet have its own gravity field, but it also has to account for Mega Lake's gravity field. And because Mega Lake is so huge, he has a ginormous gravity field. So it just allows us to get pulled into that gravity field with ease. Allows us to skip everything. Ready? Ooh, slick movement from Shadow. Until that, at least. So we're going to be leading one bullet bill into this cage. And then don't blink, we're going to be leading another bullet bill into a cage. We're going to backflip over this fence. And break the cage. Easy. Normally you'd lead a bunch of bullet bills around the fence and break it, and then lead a bullet bill into the cage, but we're speedrunners and we're lazy, and we want to go fast, and we want it to be over, so we make it over. We finish it. We want it to be over. It's over when we say it's over. 26-14 Terrace from Shadow. Definitely not quite what he wants at his skill level, but it's a no reset. After losing a minute in Honey Hive 1, what can you do? He's been playing really well otherwise. He sticks 35. Terrace exit for Flygonman. So definitely don't count him out still. Anything can happen. Shadow may be in the lead right now, but that all can be ruined by this next level. But first, we have some cutscenes and some more text, and, Polari telling us that the fountain is relaxing, and blah, 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 and the bullshit. No, it's not. Fountain sucks. It's true. Fountain sucks. So both players are going to be going into Space Jump 1. Now, this level is hard to do very well because there's a skip at the very beginning that involves full stars and backup momentum. And it saves 30 seconds if you get it first try. And you're just going to be losing time if you miss it continuously. And one of these two runners is actually the person that found the skip. The skip was found by Flygonman, actually. So there are consistent setups for it, but they are still... That doesn't mean that they're not... that you can't mess them up. You can absolutely mess them up, and whenever it happens, it's extremely annoying. But in any case, Flygonman, I curse you for finding the skip. You have successfully ruined Galaxy speedrunning forever and ever. So let's see how Space Jump 1 skip goes for Shadow. First try, good stuff. Now can Flygon do the same? Shadow going for Sludgy Hop. Not quite sure why he's going for Sludgy Hop. He has 2P, but okay. And good Space Jump 1 skip from Flygon as well. Yeah, Flygon's just going to be... Oh, unfortunate death there for Shadow. It's not... Ooh. Alright, well, this race is going back and forth, y'all. It's getting... This is very, very close. Wouldn't expect anything less from these two players. Oh! What's happening? Flygon took the lead, then Shadow took the lead, then Flygon took it again. It's just been bouncing back and forth. Alrighty, Flygon with a very, very, very small lead on Shadow right now. That's wild. Yeah, very... Alrighty. Well, this is... They've already got me on the edge of my seat, and there's still 2 hours left. Boy. Alrighty, so now both players going into Space Jump 2. And this is a chance for Flygon's lead to grow a little bit. An interesting thing about the boss fight here is, for Kamala, she cycles through the fireball shell. So fireball shell, fireball shell. Because we know those cycles like the back of our hand, can manipulate them. So to ensure that she ends up throwing the shell on every cycle right away. So we do that before the run. saves about 20 seconds if done correctly. You can see just from that little movement mistake from Flygon, Shadow took the lead back. Oop. Shadow getting the insta-walk. That risk pays off for Shadow. Very clean bridge skip there. So, to talk about insta-walks for a second. The way we do them, so once a launch star appears, it takes a little bit for it to activate. So Purple Sun actually found this little piece of tech where if you have a 7-frame window to do this, if you do a complete 180-degree turn right before using a launch star, you can just walk upon landing. There's no landing animation, no camera cancel, nothing. You just start walking immediately. You can just start walking immediately. So there's definitely spots where it makes sense to go for them. There's other spots where it doesn't really make sense to go for them, but it does help. It is consistent, and timing window it's not very tight, so they're definitely worth going for. So now both players going into Space Jump 3. This is one of the stars that have changed. It's one of the stars that is newer to this route over Pushback. Pushback had Battle Rock 2, 3, and Comet. We replaced those with Space Jump 3, Sling Pod, and Ghost of 2. Shadow having a little bit of a struggle here. There it is. So that's a really cool skip, actually. The way that works is if you stand on a certain spot above the launch star, it can still like kind of pull you into its gravity field. So you have to shake and hit Z, and you should be getting pulled into the gravity field of the launch star every time. And as a result, you smash through the glass. Oh yeah, this level also introduces sling pods, and we hate sling pods around here. Motion control based, pointer based. What better combo could you ask for, right? Oh, I know. How about that and a giant spider? Welcome to this is Terran Talks. So, very, very annoying boss fight because you have to use the sling pods to shoot Luigi and the Toad at these bulges. And it's very easy to miss a shot, like both Shadow and Flygon did. Second phase is just awful. Oh! That's unfortunate. Shadow not quite hitting the spot he wanted to hit. Or Flygon not hitting the spot he wanted to hit. Shadow was fine. This is a very hard fight to do well. Well then, this race got a whole lot closer, didn't it? This race is ridiculously close, man. It's actually unreal. Alrighty, so now both players are going to be stepping out of Fountain for a second. They're going to be going over to Sling Pod, and they're going to be feeding this Luma. Yep, this is the first one where you need 400. There they go. So Sling Pod, it's exactly like it sounds. It has a bunch of Sling Pods. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Precise angles to shoot at, fire bar cycles, cannonball cycles, mine cycles, fence cycles. All of this while having to deal with, most likely having to deal with a finicky sensor bar. It's not I hate this level. It's so You can definitely see, you can definitely see how hard it is to make some of these shots. Oh, and it's how easy it is to die, as demonstrated by Flygon just opting to wait out the fence cycles here, which is a very smart move.
I was like, this one, you're like,
Right, so now Rosalina has just told us that extra comments have started appearing, which they basically just take certain levels and add small twists to them. Some are good, and some are not so good. Oh! Flygon trying to go for a 2P jump there, not quite getting what he wanted there. Have to back it up here. Shadow making up a little bit of time. Different observatory movement alone. Observatory movement's difficult. It's very hard to optimize in this game, and it's something that most runners tend to overlook. I really do apologize for all the background noise here. So Battle Rock 1. If you're at top level, there's a way to skip the auto scroller in this level, that with the use of the Mega Triple Jump. But as far as I'm concerned, neither of these players will go for it. Actually, no, Shadow probably will, but I know Flygon does not. I guess he's just gonna try it. It didn't work. And he needed a double jump. Whoa! That not quite the angle Shadow wanted, but that actually looked like it was close to working. Anywho, both players are just going to be messing around on the auto scroller for a little bit. As you do. Auto scroller swag. You need it. The auto scrollers are boring, but hey, on the bright side, Starbits are a breeze. There's actually going to be a bit of faster cycle that they want to make. Oop, Flygon making it. That's good. And Shadow willing and making a little 2P jump.
oh, she's so good.
So Flygon still with a small lead.
Yeah.
So if you remember Space Jump 1, guess what? We get to do it again. With a time limit and no checkpoints. Meaning, if you die anywhere, you have to do the whole thing all over again. It's awful. It's bad. But everything else is essentially the exact same level of Space Jump 1 otherwise. So let's see, this may be Shadow's chance to kind of bounce back. Beautiful first try skip from Flygon. Shadow, ooh, that's unfortunate, getting pulled into the traffic field of those planets over there. That works, but Shadow getting a second try, solid stuff. Running a nice side flip 2B into the same star there. Shadow's going for sludgy hop again, you know, despite the fact that you have 2B. You could just like side flip 2B into the same star. I guess not. Whatever you have to do. Sludgy hop is still good. But very clean Space Jump Comet from Flygon. And relatively clean Shadow as well. Flygon definitely solidifying his lead a little bit. There's so much background noise here. I'm so sorry. Alrighty, well, in any case, now both players are going to be going into rolling green. This is basically just like a little mini golf galaxy, except you are both the golfer and the golf ball. Makes sense, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. I'll let this one speak for itself. It's relatively straightforward. There's nothing too special going on here. Alrighty, little skip here. Nice. Flygon jumping onto the rail a little bit earlier. Maybe like jumping onto it at a later point, I mean. Shadow going to be going for the same thing. Ooh, that was close. So anyway, the name of the game here is you want to cross everything as smoothly as you can. Try to do your best to avoid any Goombas in your path. If you hit one of them, you're going to lose all your speed. Shadow hit a couple, so he lost a little bit. He lost all his speed. And it takes a little bit to get it back. Very clean from Flygon there. That. So now both players are going to be going into Bowser 1. If it wasn't obvious enough, it's the first Bowser level of the run. Now both players are going to die here intentionally. So the way this works is if you actually Luigi backflips and he like flips into like another gravity field with a checkpoint, and there's a checkpoint there conveniently. So the game just spawns us here, saves a couple seconds over just running around. But I'm trying to get on top of the flump there. Didn't quite work out, but he backed it up well. Alrighty, so now Flygonman going to be setting up for the fast. Oh, I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe it is, and I'm stupid. Nope. Alrighty, well, I guess he's just going to have to take the L and just take the loss and move just around the stairs. Shadow going to be going for it as well, and he does get it, so definitely was able to catch up with Flygon there. Alrighty, so the Bowser fight it's pretty simple. You're going to be spinning into Bowser's face to cancel his attacks. Alrighty. Well, so for the next two phases, what you want to do is you want to, how do I explain this? You want to can't spin into Bowser's face in a way that puts you under him, so you're like directly on the glass. It's hard to explain. It's just kind of speaks for itself. And, but it is also very easy to mess it up and get knocked backwards. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of background noise here. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. Look, it was either this or deal with my roommate snoring for 2.5 hours. Which one do you want? Pick your poison. Alrighty, 4802 exit for Shadow. I'm like a 4806 for Flygon, so definitely a very close race right now. So now both players are going to be going on to what I consider to be a pretty difficult part of a first half, kitchen. If Terrace wasn't, Terrace is hard, yeah, but kitchen is also hard. They're both hard. This is where it starts to get a bit more interesting, I'd say. A lot of really cool movement here. But first, more text saying, "Oh, we don't quite have enough power to fly to the center of the universe." Yeah, we know. In any case, for both players, they're going to be going into Beach Bowl 1. So, with 1P, this is a fairly challenging level, but with 2P, this is a fairly trivial level. You're going to see why. Honestly, just watch. I'm just going to let this speak for itself. Easy stuff from Shadow. Very good stuff from Shadow there, and good Flygon closely behind. Not too far behind at all. Alrighty. Both players not going to be going into Beach Bowl 2. Going to be passing the swim test, which entails bullying a penguin and stealing a golden shell. And oddly enough, the coach doesn't even bother to check if you're one of the students until after the test. That video game logic. I don't know, doesn't make sense. God, I wish Kinko were here. Would have been more fun. So there's a lot of underwater swimming here. Not easy to optimize it at all. You got to be constantly shaking to keep Luigi going. And if you noticed, he loses air very quickly underwater. So you need to be careful to some extent. Anyways, yep. Are you one of my students? Nah. Thanks for the star though. Bye. Alrighty, so this is going to be where the routes kind of diverge a little bit. I believe Shadow's now going to be going into Bubble Breeze, and Flygon will be going into Beach Bowl 3. They're both going to be doing Bubble Breeze in Kitchen 1, but Shadow does it a star earlier. Alrighty, so there's going to be quite a bit going on here. On Shadow's screen is going to be the first level that introduces the bubble, which is pointer based, and we all know how much we all love pointer based stuff. Pointer based gimmicks are great. Flygon screen, you're going to see Flygon bullying yet another penguin. No worries, no hard feelings. I just need a shell. Never mind, you can keep it. Take this one instead. You win this round, bub. In any case, Shadow grabbing 5-star chips over the poison swamp. Doesn't want to get hit by any mines or he's going to die. And on Flygon screen, there's going to be a pretty big skip coming up. It saves around, I think, 10 to 20 seconds, if I'm correct. Could be wrong. Speaking of skips, save a lot of time. Ooh, well, that's unfortunate from Flygon there. In any case, there's a whole lot of level after you land there. No, Nintendo just probably forgot that there's like invisible platforms behind you, so you can just take them to the stall. Literal triviality. In any case, like I'm going for a more consistent method for this skip. Works 90%. It works 90% of the time. So very good stuff there. Now, Shadow is going to be going into Beach Bowl S, while Flygon is going to be going into Bubble Breeze. This all makes sense, trust me. So there's going to be some differences between Shadow's Beach Bowl 3 and how Flygon did Beach Bowl 3. I'll try to do it at least. And in either case, Shadow's going to be... this is going to be a pretty quick level for Shadow. He's going to be backflip tubing up to that question coin. I can't speak at all today. First I'll introduce the ice flower. It's not supposed to be, probably, but it is. In this run, at least. So the ice flower is really cool. You can skate across water and across lava, and you can also wall jump up waterfalls, which is literally the name of the game here. The name of this stuff. In any case, you'd take casually take the catapacts and just bounce off of them, but no, absolutely not. GP makes that trivial. And in any case, it's a very good bubble freeze from Flygon. So now Flygon is going to be heading over to Beach Bowl S. Going to be doing the same thing. Shadow just did. And Shadow is going to be going over to Ghostly 1. This is where Luigi saves Luigi. Yep, yeah, that's right. Luigi saves Luigi. I'm just going to let this speak for itself while I wait this out. First level to introduce the Rainbow Star. Or at least this is the first one where we collect it. The Starship room is it's a deadly room because if you die anywhere here, you spawn all the way back at the beginning of the mansion and you have to flip a switch, turn on a light, and then you have to lead a boo to the thing and get a key. It's boring. It's long, it's stupid. Shadow about to do something really stupid. And this is, oh boy, I'll really get it. It's going for Boolean right now. Not gonna make it, unfortunately. Knowing Shadow, he's a real stubborn. He's gonna try for it again. Nope, second try not working either. At that point, it's probably just better to go for Mansion Click. There you go. In any case, not the best ghostly one from Shadow. So let's see. Yeah, Flygon may be able to make some time up here. It's actually very hard to tell who's ahead right now. I'll know who's ahead after Kishin 2.
Look.
Alrighty, so now Shadow going to be going into Sweet Sweet. So, what you're seeing him do right now, he's long jumping as he's finishing up feeding the Luma. He's going to be going over to talk to the garage to talk to Luigi real quick. Just for convenient routing purposes. So Luigi's going to be like, "Oh, hey, you're looking for power stars. I want to look for power stars too. You might have missed one in Good Egg. I'll let you know if I find it." So the reason we do this now is because, again, as I mentioned earlier, launch stars take about a second to activate once they spawn. So this was a good time to do it. And now Sweet Sweet is, well, long jump simulator. You'll see why. It's called that. That's it. You're just chanting long jumps. It's actually very difficult to chain them well because optimally you wouldn't stop at all. You wouldn't spin anywhere for safety. You just keep going. You chain them all perfectly. It's very difficult. So now Flygon Flygon about to head over there as well. So the reason we talked to Luigi before going into Sweet Sweet, you're gonna see that in just a moment. Alrighty. So this is the first and only time that Naoto talks to us automatically. This is where Luigi sends us a letter saying, "Hey, I found one in Good Egg and found a star in Good Egg, and I'm stuck on a roof, so I need your help." Which is, you know, real quick, man. We just saved you from a spooky mansion. But before we go save him, we're gonna Shadow's gonna be going over to Honeyhive Comet. Gonna be doing a little race with a blue version of Luigi. Cosmic Luigi is generally considered to be harder to race against than Cosmic Mario is, but for speedrunners, every race is a cakewalk. We know strats that can easily overtake our Cosmic clones. So Cosmic Luigi does not know the kind of tricks we have up our sleeve. Shadow missing the start boost there. There's a few frame window to press A upon word go appearing, so you can get a bit of a boost, which gives you a lot of speed. And as speedrunners, that speed definitely helps. So now Flygon's going to be going over to Good Egg Luigi first because he did Ghostly 1 a star later. Because he did Beach Bowl 3 in Kitchen 1. So they're both going to be doing the Terrace 2 stars in reverse order. Same 2 stars, yeah. So now Shadow headed over to Good Egg L. This is the literal shortest star in this entire run. You blink and you miss it. Did you blink? I hope not. Alright, so it may look like Flygon's ahead right now. He's not. Shadow is. I can tell. Well, actually, it's very hard to... Again, it's actually very hard to tell. Because... Actually, no. I have no idea. We'll know after first half. Alright, so Shadow heading back to Kitchen now. He's going to be going into... I believe it's Ghostly. No. I believe it's Ghostly S first for him. Ready, so Flygon now getting ready to... Now about to finish up the race himself. That... Nope. Didn't get the slide off the fence there. So he couldn't really utilize Luigi's backwards momentum to get to the end there. That's unfortunate. Loses about 30 seconds. The Shadow's doing Ghostly S right now. This is going to be a really, really, really cool strat. And basically jumping off invisible doors. The doors aren't there, but the collision for them is. So we can just do that. That strat is called Keyless, and the 2P variant is miles easier than the 1P variant. Granted, they're both tricky, but one is clearly easier than the other. So now Flygon done with Terrace 2. He's going to be heading back over to Kitchen, and he's going to be going into Beach Bowl Comet first. And Shadow is going to be going into Ghostly 2 now. So Beach Bowl Comet is the first of 2 fast foe comets in this entire game, and we do both of them in this run. It's basically just the Cyclone Stone from Beach Bowl 3, but faster. The enemies move faster, the platforms move faster. That's all you need to know. Now Shadow's going to be racing the Spooky Speedster. This is a very hard race to do well because it's all pole stars. And a Sling Star, but mostly pole stars. So if you're not good with your pole star use, if you don't know how to like make it so that Luigi goes fast in these, yeah, no, you're gonna have a hard time. Oh, oops, Shadow struggling a little bit. All right, well, Flygon is now also going to be going into Ghostly 2. And you can see just how hard this race is to do. 43.70 for Shadow. That's decent. That's not incredible, but it's decent. Granted, it's a very hard race to do well. Now, Flygon headed over to Ghostly 2. Going to be making his way over to the Spooky Speedster himself. Now, Shadow going into Beach Bowl 3. So, the difference is here, because Flygon did Beach Bowl 3 with cutscenes, the Toxbox cycles on the Cyclone Stone Planet are different. So, because Shadow skipped those cutscenes, these cycles are going to be a little bit different to deal with. A bit more manageable, I'd say. If you just triple jump on top of that Tox box. Alright, let's see. Shadow go for the skip. Beautiful first try. Alrighty, so now Shadow going to be going into Beach Bowl Comet. He's going to have to do that same skip again. Yeah, now doing that skip twice in a row it can be nerve-wracking. Can be. And now Flygon going to be headed over to Ghostly S. Being extra careful to make sure he selected Ghostly 2 there. I think there was one run where I remember there was one run where Flygon, like, he was pointing at Ghostly 2 and his pointer kind of decided to hate him and he selected Ghostly 3, which cost him about close to 45 seconds. It's very, very annoying when it happens. So it stands to reason that since that day he has opted to just be extra careful on the star select screen there. Alrighty. So Shadow is actually a tiny bit ahead. Going into Bowser Jr. 2. This is where the routes converge. and everything is the same from here on out. So it'll be a lot easier to tell who's ahead. As for the level itself, it's nothing too special. The level is fine. The fight is not. So the name of this level is Sinking the Airships, and that is exactly what we're going to do. But before we sink any airships, we're going to skip one. Like so. Yeah, we can shoot all the way just to this one over here. Neither player going for the instant cannon shot, but which is fine. Sometimes it can just not work out. Oh, Shadow, what are you doing? Yeah, I think Shadow long jumped a bit too early there. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Flygon taking it a bit safer. Alrighty, now this fight, it can either go very smoothly, or it can become the Galaxy equivalent of enemy spam. Flygon going for some very speedy strats. Oh, but missing that Koopa. It's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Now this is where the fight becomes a little chaotic. Alrighty, well, Flygon finishing up Bowser Jr. 2 here. Alrighty then. Still a very close race. 1:13:21 first half for Flygon, and Shadow close behind with a 1:13:32. Alrighty, so yeah, this is still a very, very close race. Anything can happen still. There's about an hour left. Hour 15 minutes left. Around that, I think. Yeah, this has been a very, very good race so far. Flygon with a bit of a lead going in. So there's two spots where we're going to want to talk to Meltoad ourselves, and this is the first one of those two. Flygon's going to be coming back, talking to Toad here. Going to find that Luigi is now trapped in Battle Rock 1 under the saucer where the star is, so we essentially have to do Battle Rock 1 again, and then just go to the bottom instead of the top. How fun. But before we do that, we're going to take a little side trip into Hurry Scurry. Shadow missing the observatory movement. Not quite making up the fountain there. The Hurry Scurry is a very short level, very simple level. The green platforms, they shrink away when you step on them, so be careful. They disappear. And now Flygon's just going to be... You're both going to be collecting some music notes. And then getting a star for it. Look at them. Very odd route. Very odd no route from Shadow. So now Flygon going to be going into Battle Rock Luigi. Pretty much just doing Battle Rock 1 again. It's literally the same level. But it is another chance at the Battle Rock out of bounds. You know. For top level runners. That I believe both of them are going to try for it anyway, just for the memes. With Flygon having to ride the auto scroller. Shadow with some interesting movement here. What is he doing? Alrighty, let's Shadow trying for it. Ooh, no, that would not have worked. That angle was not good. Alrighty, so both players just going to be messing around on the auto scroller there. You can wall slide that far down. I did not know that. It is entirely possible that the bullet bill can control Shadow here. Looks like it's all good on Flygon's end. Ready? Looks good on both ends. Alright, you're going to be heading over to bedroom now. Because this is a green power star, it takes them back to the observatory. Convenient for routing purposes. Alrighty, calm down, Shadow. That was the angle. That was nowhere near close to working. Ooh. The movement to the bedroom can be pretty easy to mess up sometimes. So now, bedroom is probably the most boring dome in this entire run, so I apologize if I accidentally fall asleep. Starting off with a really cool level though, Freeze Flame 1. You got a penguin who calls us an old man and brags about how fast he is. Bro, we're speedrunners. We're all faster than you. It's just a fact. Get over yourself. We just caught you in like, what, 2 seconds? Bye. Alright, so what Flygon's going to be going for here. He's going to try to go for skating triple jump. Looks like it worked. I couldn't tell because my internet was being stupid. Alright, in any case, another triple jump onto the box here. Ooh. What are you doing? That was... Man, that angle looks real wide. Alright, so now the Baron Burr fight. This can either be a complete breeze or a complete disaster. Looks like it's going to be quite a breeze for Flygon right now. You just backflip, spin into him, and then spin again. Ready. Pretty good free slam one from Flygon. Shadow following suit. Okay, so now both players are going to be going into free slam 2 now. You had free slam 1, which is the cold side, so this is now the obligatory lava level. You have the ice level, now you have the lava level, and then you're gonna have the ice and lava level. That's later. Alright, it's the same planet. You're gonna be starting off by collecting 5 star chips. What Flygon's doing right now, he's spinning into the crystal. He's holding neutral as he does it, so he stays in place, and then it's gonna let the star chip kind of activate, or like activate his hitbox, so he can actually collect it. Shadow completely overshooting the second crystal. It's easy to do that with skating. Luigi just becomes so hard to control. Like I'm gonna be. Oof. So if I'm gonna be making his way over here, he's gonna be going for the normal gravity skip. And be falling right into this gravity field. Playing it a little safe. Shadow gonna be doing the exact same thing. Already pretty decent freeze flame 2 from Flygon. Expect a little mishap getting up to the top of the pillar, but it's fine. Yeah, still a very, very close race so far. So now both players are going to be kind of diverging from free swim for a little bit. We're going to be going over to Gusty Garden. Gusty Garden 1, it's got another bunny to catch, but it's a lot easier than 3 bunnies in Gateway. You don't even need starbits you don't even need to shoot starbits at it. You can just long jump and catch it, as both players will demonstrate in about a minute. It's also worth mentioning that this level is the first level to introduce Floaty Fluff. And, well, knowing how to use it is very important, especially for this part right here. So, you can see that Flygon is riding the wind right now. He wants to spin while he's riding that wind so he can get that extra boost of height, speed, and distance. So he skips all those bean planets, comes over here with a triple jump, super jump over here. Gonna freeze this planet, freeze this plant, jump on it to kill it. And away he goes. All the while collecting a truckload of starbits. I hate my internet, man. Anyways, you want to stand in a certain spot when you talk to that bunny. Looks like Flygon set it up well, even though that backflip didn't really help. Alrighty, good bunny from Shadow as well. So now Flygon and Shadow are going to be going into Free Slime 3. And, I totally, as if I didn't spoil it already, it combines the fire and ice elements. So you can jump around the planet, saves, having to skate all the way around and then go under. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, so very straightforward level, not too much to talk about here. Except you could skip everything else on this level by just triple jumping over this cage. And just doing that. So that's what makes this start very quick. Yep, going to be making it just in time to light both these torches. And now here comes the quote-unquote fun part. Yeah, this section's pretty brutal. This is, we have the ice flower which shows that you can skate on lava now. Of course, more background noise on my end. Thanks, man. It is possible to do this whole thing with one ice flower, but it's very, very tight. But I'm opting to pick up another one. Very clean Free Slim 3 from Flygon. Looks like Shadow's on a really good one as well. Alrighty, so now Flygon going to be taking yet another deviation from Freeze Flame, going to be going over to Gusty Garden 2. Yeah, this level sucks. I hate this level. I have a personal vendetta against it. For reasons I will not disclose. And reasons I probably will not have to, because there's background noise. Again, yay. In any case, the garden has caught a bit of a mole problem, and it's up to Luigi to fix it. Or attempt to fix it. So I have to take it up with Major Burrows later. So what Flygon's doing here is actually freezing this mole in place. So once he gets close enough, he can just jump off and kill it immediately. Like that. Now this part is awful. You have 3 moles to kill, and they can all be very elusive. But looks like Flygon handles all 3 of them, no problem. All I see is the word mole on your screen, Shadow, and then just C. You fucked up. And in case Shadow following suit, looks like he's about to handle these as well. Oop. It also helps that with 2P you can just freeze the moles, so they don't really go anywhere. You already know you can do that. I talked about it already. Yeah, these apples have very broken gravity. It's probably the wonkiest I've ever seen them act on Flygon screen. Oh my god. That was actually fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Both players doing a little bit of tomfoolery, putting text on their screens. In any case, Flygon now going off to fight Major Burrows. He's a big mole. He works exactly like the others do. I'm just going to let this speak for itself. In any case, Flygon is now done with Gusty Garden 2, so now he's going to be going back to Freeze Flame for a couple more stars. So first off, it's Freeze Flame Secret. I wish I could talk about this, but there's a lot of people behind me. Not behind me, in the background. Ugh, I hate it here. Same stupid thing. Same cocky attitude. So it starts off the same as Freeze Flame 1, but this is where the path's going to diverge. Flygon's going to be going. They're both going to be going to the right here. Alright. So now, let the summit climbing begin. I'll be using the fire flower here. Gonna make his way over that snowman over on the top. Yeah, this whole level is just really hard to do well. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. That was very close. Getting under that snowman. Solid Freeze Flame S for Flygon. Well, it was a solid Freeze Flame S for Shadow until he got frozen. Ooh, nice backup. So now both players going into Freeze Flame Comet here. This is basically just the same as the ending section in Freeze Flame 3, but it's all ice, and Cosmic Luigi's learned how to skate, and he still doesn't know what we can do. So, ha, hell. What just happened on Flygon's screen? I don't think I've ever seen anybody die that way. That one hurts. Definitely still got a bit of a lead, but it's shrunken tremendously. In any case, both players now done with Freeze Flame. Now they're going to be heading back to Gusty Garden for 3 more stars before they look to close out Bedroom here. So both players going to be using these question mark coins as kind of a visual cue for when they want to spin so they can skip this bottom beam planet, like that. Quick movement from both players so far. Very, very slick starships from Shadow. So Flygon's going to be going long jumping over here, going to be with a well-timed spin. Makes it up there. Shadow also does. This is still very, very close. I'm very impressed with. I'm actually very surprised with how close this is. Both players now going into Gusty Garden combat. First Daredevil combat of the run, the only one. And yeah, you're just fighting Major Bros again with one hit point. You get hit anywhere, you die. Oi. Apologies. Now both players going into Gusty Garden S here. Starting off the same way as Gusty Garden 3. So now they're going to be collecting all these button points because they need to spawn a Rainbow Star so they can kill the Golden Chomp, which conveniently has a star in it. That's it. I just described the whole level for you. Shadow with a slight lead, slight edge on Flygon right now. But, you know, if the next two levels have anything to say about it, which they probably do, that might not last long. So now both players going into Honey Climb here. Now they're gonna be taking advantage of a trick called Value Fly High B thing. Basically, what you want to do, you want to have Luigi on the honeycomb, face directly up, jump, and immediately shake the nunchuck, and Luigi will just go flying like that. Like I'm not quite getting the hype he wants, but backing it up relatively quickly and very well. It was a very scary mandible smack there, Shadow, but it worked out. Already solid honey climb from Shadow for both players, really. Well, this is where things can really change. Bowser 2 is a very unforgiving level, and it's very, very difficult. So, if nerves are high, yeah, there's a lot that can happen here. Shadow going for some real cheeky strats right now. I'm willing to bet that Shadow will be going for Mimic Flip this run, but you know, he's a manly man. Let's see what he's got. Never mind, I lied. Very clean full skip from Shadow, as well as Flygon. Real risky move there, Shadow. That last backflip goofy jump is very scary because it's very easy to die there. Yeah, this fight's also real rough. Flygon not having the best time right now. Oh, I hate that. Ugh, that's terrible. That's like the worst possible thing that could happen there. Well, not the worst, but it's still very painful. getting hit after the third third hit is just, that's no good. I don't even like remember how it happens, but it's just extremely annoying. Flygon treading some dangerous waters right now. Nah, he's good. $147.23 bedroom exit for Shadow, and Flygon close behind with a high 147.3x. So still 2x pace for both players. But, definitely been rough for both of them right now. And now both players are going to be going into probably one of it's a nerve-wracking part of the run. It's engine room. It's very hard to get a good engine room. Yeah, almost every single start has something that can go drastically wrong. And in a tournament race like this, any one of those mistakes can really, it can either sway the run in a runner's favor or out of it. I expect a lot of lead changes here. I'm sure a lot of other people will too. I don't know. First off, on this awful gauntlet of stars, we have Gold Leaf 1, basically Honey Hive, but it's autumn now, and it's in reverse. It's stupid. Oh, and there's a bunny to catch. Did I mention that? Yep. No, I did. There it is now. This level has like the worst bunny in the entire run. It's so bad. Oh boy, Shadow gonna be going for clockwise route here. I believe, if I know Flygon, and I do, he's gonna be sticking to his guns and he's gonna be going for counterclockwise. Yep. So this is the worst part about this right now. Shadow needs to get an angled wall kick. Nice. That was speedy too. Very good. Flygon unfortunately missing the fourth star chip there, but very good backup. Shadow actually shot that bunny twice just to ensure that it stayed stunned. Very smart move. Very smart play. Flygon opting for a more consistent strat. I don't think he was quite where he wanted to be, but didn't have too much trouble catching him afterwards. Alrighty, so now both players going into Gold Leaf 2 now. this star. There's a lot going on here. Basically, you got Cataclass to deal with. You got a lot of gravity changes to deal with. And then you got flowers to deal with. Shall we start from the top? The Shadow's going to be, I guess, skipping the Cataclack entirely. With a nice and backflip wall jump, 2P jump up there. So now he's going to be long jumping and then 2P jumping there. Trip. Oh. Alright, he's going to have to back it up there. Nice. The M planet's probably the worst part of this entire level because there's a bunch of gravity fields here, and if you get knocked, if you get hit by any of the other Cataclacks, you're flying in all sorts of different directions, and you know that equals time loss, and we don't like that. So Shadow now going to be going for his own setup from jump, getting a wall jump on the bottom of the flower. Solid. That looked very sketchy to me, but it still worked out, so that's good. From jump, that's the fastest strat. There's a faster setup for it, but it's a lot more consistent. According to Shadow, the setup he uses is relatively consistent. So, yeah, Flygon with a nice, I believe it was a stomp jump there. I actually wasn't looking, but I think it was. I'm almost certain it was stomp. Alright, Gold Leaf 3. There's a lot going on here too. You're gonna be doing you've seen a tree skip, a tower climb, and cutscene skip. There's a lot going on here. So starting from the top, Shadow's gonna be going for a triple jump here. He's gonna he wanted a 2B jump there, so he's gonna have to back it up now with the tree. Ooh. Alrighty, having a little bit of trouble. Alrighty, second try. Or technically third, I guess. So now we're going to be making this tower climb a breeze. That was sketchy. I thought he failed that. So now what he's going to try to do, he wants to, there you go, skipping that cutscene by immediately spinning afterwards, landing on the fence, and going far away enough from the cutscene trigger as to circumvent it entirely, rendering this guy completely useless, despite the fact that he's got a fully functional weapon. Granted, it shoots bubbles. Yeah, that's not much of a weapon. Never mind, you. Pathetic. But yeah, no. Flygon definitely made up some time on Shadow there. Alright, let's see if he keeps it going. Alrighty, next stop is Toy Time 1. There's a lot of cool movement here. It's very speedy start. The beginning of this level, actually, the movement you do is actually determined on whether or not you get a frame perfect jump, which I never explained, by the way. If you fly in, like, if you can time an A press, like upon Luigi's landing on the fly-in, you will jump out of his little Welcome to the Galaxy animation. So, you're moving to the left. This is one of the only places where, like, frame perfect jump actually affects the movement you do. Oh yeah, that question mark coin contains a spring mushroom, and yeah, we're not using those. The spring mushroom sucks. It's slow, it's awkward, and we hate it. You don't see the spring mushroom at all this run, which is for the better. Flygon with some awkward 2P jump angles. Alrighty. Now Shadow going for armpit skip here, basically just climbing up the robot as quickly as he can. Very solid. All right, let's see how Flygon fares. Sometimes you can get like angled wall kicks on this part during armpit skip, and it's just really annoying and can't really do anything about it. And then you can't save yourself, and then you end up either falling to your doom or just falling all the way down. It's not it doesn't end well. So now I'm gonna be taking one quick detour back to Gold Leaf Galaxy, going to Gold Leaf Comet now. That's another Cosmic Race. And Cosmic Luigi still doesn't know the tricks we have up our sleeve. Such a naive boy, that one. So you're gonna see Tree Skip again, but it's gonna be a little bit different because the camera angle is different. That's it. It's largely the same skip as before. And the star happens to be placed right where you right next to where you do tree skip, so it's perfect. Very clean start boost there. Beautiful. Very, very clean Gold Leaf Comet from Shadow. Flygon also missing the start. Flygon missing the start boost. Yeah, those are tricky. Those are tricky to time. Can't really blame them. But other than that, make short work of the level as well. And now both players are going to be going into 2.5 minutes of utter nothingness. This is just an auto scroller. Seaside 1. You talk to a shark. You go through 8 rings underwater with a shell. That's it. Alright, it's boring. If you want to go grab a snack or something, I suggest you do it now. Now is a very good time to do it. I'm just going to relax for now, and I'll come back when they're both done. You came back just in time. Shadow is now done with Seaside 1. And now things start to get a bit more interesting. So now he's going to be going into Toy Time 2. And this one actually is a very fun level with 2P especially. So The name of this level is Luigi Meets Mario, which is ironic because they're brothers. So, what Shadow's going to be doing here, he's going to miss frame perfect jump because it's frame perfect and it's hard. He's going to be collecting 5 star chips as quickly as he can. And there's actually a strat at the end of this he's going to be going for called Screwless. He's going to come up here. He's going to grab this star chip. He's not going to screw the screw down because there's a little cutscene when you do screw it down and it, loses time. So he's going to come up here. He's going to position himself. Or just do a triple jump and 2B jump and then get the... I like that, actually. It's very solid. Very clean screwless from Shadow. Now, the Mario Square Planet, as I like to call it, this is actually really hard to optimize because you need to know exactly where you're going. You have to chain your long jumps well. You got to do all this while turning the camera too, and that's already hard. Multitasking, I know. Who knew? Multitasking in Galaxy. Not like we've been doing that with Starburst this whole time too. Yeah, multitasking is key to running this game and doing it well. Looked like a very good toy time too for Shadow. Alrighty then. Flygon not too far behind. Alrighty. Well, they took a little after that little detour to toy time. It's time for an arm workout. Welcome to Seaside 2. Seaside 1 was a lap around the thing, around the whole the track, I guess, for lack of a better term, while getting 8 rings, going through 8 rings. Now it's going to be a race around. It's going to be a race around the track with penguins. And well, we need to rely on something. We need to do a technique called surface swimming. So just like, Shadow got it and then he just lost it because probably, I don't know what happened, but that's always annoying when that happens. So this is what surface swimming looks like. You kind of have like Luigi kind of gliding along the surface. There's setups for it, and yeah, no, it's not too bad. But the kicker is that you have to be constantly shaking the Wii remote while you to keep it going. Because if you drop a shake, you lose the entire surface swimming. You have to set it up again, and that's annoying and sometimes very difficult to do. Alrighty, so it's a real workout on your right arm. So most runners end up dead by the end of this. $54.98. Not the best race time that anyone can get, but it's for the things that happened, it's okay. It's a very hard race to do well, so it can't really knock anyone for it. Certainly gives him a bit of an edge over what Flygon is about to get. 59.23. Very, yeah, tough level for sure. And if 2 laps around the track wasn't enough for this run, how about a third of a lap? And in case you didn't get your sphere fill of surface swimming at Seaside 2, you get to do it again in Seaside Comet. The final cosmic race of the run. It's a short one too, but it can go horribly wrong if surface swims decide to work against you, or rather, if your sensor bar decides to work against you, or your Wiimote's accelerometer. The point is, it sucks. There you go. Shadow getting the surface room. I think that was second try, third try, one of those. But definitely gives Luigi a huge edge here. Third Bob, fourth Bob, fifth, sixth. All right, setting up that surface room is very annoying. Right, in any case, Shadow now done with Seaside, Flygon following close behind. Now we're going to be going into Toy Time Secret. The name of the game here is you want to collect 50 star bits and then feed a hungry Luma. And you can get those 50 star bits just from these two hearts. And this ring of star bits right over there. Easy. Ooh. I think he 2P jumped too late. No, too early. One of those. It was not correct. Anyways. So now we have the flip switch chain. And this is fun. So Shadow's going into first person here to kind of advance the talk spot cycles on the flip switch chain planet. It helps a little bit. But, you know, Toxbox hitboxes can be rather janky. Weird stuff can happen. That was very scary. Very close there. Very close call. Yeah, no, getting hit by any of these spiky platforms is always painful. Really bites. Ooh, getting hit there bites even more. Bit of a rough Toy Time secret for Shadow. He has a chance to get revenge on these spiky platforms in Toy Time Comet, though. So, if I hadn't already made it a little obvious, Toy Time Comet is basically just Toy Time Secret, but faster. The second fast foe comet in the entire game, that's it. And the top spot move faster, the spiking platforms move faster. That's really about it. Apart from that, there's not too much different going on here. It's the same planet. Same flip switch route, just different cycles to deal with. Ooh, that was risky. There you go, making good Shadow making good use of 2B there, freezing it on time. Ooh, that was interesting. Oh, hey. That's a tough one to see coming. Alrighty, so Shadow now has 1 star left in engine room before he goes back to kitchen for a couple stars. Flygon as well. This has been a very, very close race. I'm very surprised. So both players now are going to be going back to Gold Leaf for 1 last star. This is Gold Leaf's secret. They're just going to be making their way up here. Shadow trying to go for the slope long jump there. Didn't quite work. Hey, it's the bubble again. They're going to ring a bell. And they're going to collect some notes. And they're going to get a star. Easy, right? Conceptually, yes. But execution-wise, nah, it's a lot harder than it looks because it's very easy to overshoot. Very easy to overshoot a note, and I have to go back for it. Very good music. Very good notes from Flygon. So now both players are done with engine room, and now they're going to be heading back to kitchen. Going to be going into buoy base 1. They've got 5 stars left. We're almost at the end, guys. It's crazy. Yeah, buoy base 1 is it's a pretty cool level. There's 5 blue star chips. We end up grabbing 1, but we don't need any of them. So what they want to do here, they're gonna have a torpedo Ted walk onto them. They're gonna lead it to this cage. It's gonna have him break it. Like that. And then this is where it gets really fun. So they're gonna run out of air, they need to get out of the water as fast as they can. Alright, I guess Shadow tried to set up for the 2P climb, but backing it up with the 1P climb instead. Flygon. Ooh. Oh boy. Flygon struggling a little bit. Boy. A lot. Anyways, very good star chip skip from Shadow. 3rd time's the charm, as they say, right? Flygon getting ready to show off the 2P climb here. It's a very cool climb. It's really fun. Beautiful star chip skip. You can do that skip 1P as well, but it requires like a well-timed nunchuck spin, and you need to like hold A while you do it. It's very weird. So going back to buoy base for 1 more star are going to be... So they had a torpedo Ted break into that cage, and now they're going to have a torpedo Ted break this cage with the pipe in it. So they led a torpedo Ted into a cage, and now they're going to lead a bullet bill into a cage. Smart move, freezing the electrical spheres so they don't, risk hitting the bullet bill. That is it for buoy base, and now it is time for one last well, second to last run killer. At the very least, it's a very nerve-wracking start when you have a match on the line like this. So drip drop, very annoying level. 3 eels to deal with. They're all on a cycle. If you miss one, your whole pattern gets thrown off. Okay, and you lose a lot of time. Do we want that to happen? Hell no. Could it happen? Oh yeah. So this may be a chance for this could be a potential lead shifter, but you never know. Oh yeah, they have 2P. They can freeze the eels. I forgot. Doesn't make it. Ooh, ooh. That's not the worst, but that's not that is just that's small time loss. Could be a lot worse. Flygon looks like he's on a much cleaner drip drop than Shadow was. So definitely made up a little bit of time on him, but not enough to not quite enough to take the lead. But it's okay. Oh yeah, this is another one of those spots where we want to talk to Male Toad ourselves. Luigi is now on a he's now up a tree. So now we go back to Honey Hive once more to save ourselves. You know, I've always wondered, how is the universe still intact right now? You'd think that with 2 Luigis that there would be like a hole that was ripped in the fabric of the universe, and I don't know, the space-time continuum was on the verge of like imploding or something. I'm reading way too deep into this. It's a video game. So Shadow trying to shoot starbits at Luigi to knock him off the tree faster, but it's hard to do that when Luigi's obscured by the tree. The 1959 exit for Shadow. 2:20:08 exit for Flygon. So, this is still a very close race. This is still anyone's race because Bowser 3 is a very tough level to do well. And we could potentially still see something happen. But both on solid 2x pace right now. I believe Shadow's on PB pace, actually. Shadow's definitely on PB pace. He's on a looks like I think 227 pace. Yeah, Flygon as well. They both are. So yeah, we could. Yeah, this could. This is still very very interesting. But first a cutscene because they need a little bit of time to get up, stretch out, and just prepare themselves for the final stretch.
Go, Luigi.
Alrighty, it's time for Bowser 3. This is a fun level. There's a lot going on here, so let's take it from the top after the cutscenes are done. So first up, there's an early spotlight cycle that both players are trying to make here. Let's see if they make it. Looks like Shadow's on pace to do it. See if Flygon follows suit. Very, very clean early cycle from Shadow. Yep, Flygon looks like he's going to make it as well. There's an invisible wall here that they need to avoid, so that's why they launch up at that angle. Ooh, Flygon not quite able to make it. Tried to back it up, didn't work. Oh, that's... yeah, that... okay, well, he's definitely down a bit of time there. Oh yeah, skating section, that's a thing. Dusty Dune Planet, we skipped the whole thing. Just a cheeky long jump here, and a long jump there. Easy. Space Junk section, not too much happening here. 1, 2. And just some wall jumps. Shadow's probably going to be taking a damage boost here. Yes, he is. Alright. Cave is the hardest part. I'm going to let him focus for this. You know, it looks like he's going to be going for Giselle Cave movement. Yep. Ooh, nailing it too. Aggressive. I like it. Taking it a little bit safe at the end, but he got the worst part out of the way. He got the worst part. That was easy. That was good. So Shadow's definitely on a very good run right now. Definitely on a good run. Well, probably not amazing for his standards, but it's still good. Still PB pace. Flygon opting to take the safer route here through Cave. Again, sticking to his guns. Opting for consistency. It's definitely helped him stay close to Shadow this whole time. Very clean stair climb from Shadow. Very clean stair climb from Flygon as well. Oh, commentator's curse, of course. Alrighty, so 3 phases. First phase, Bowser reveals that he can turn into a boulder. But is stupid enough to expose his face, which is his only weak spot. I wager Shadow's definitely on gold pace as well on this level. Righty, second phase. Shadow's going to be using that same technique he used in Good Egg 2 to manipulate the balloons to hit Bowser for him, so he doesn't have to do anything. Ooh. Oh, oh boy. Alright, well. Not the fastest second phase, but it was good. And the final phase now. There's gonna be a lot going on here. So he's using that third shockwave. He's getting hit by it intentionally so he can cancel Bowser's rolling attack. He's gonna find Bowser, smack, and smack. Alrighty, let's see what he does here. Alrighty, just opting to spin into Bowser's tail there so he can cancel those fireballs. Now he's going to get hit by this fireball to cancel his rolling attack. Trying to make it to this. Nah, it doesn't quite get there in time. But now Bowser's going to be... he's got 3 more hits left. 1, 2. GG's Shadow. That looks like a 227-19. or a 2:27:20. It's one of those. Either way, very solid race, very solid run. And that is a PB for Shadow, so you love to see it. Alrighty, Flygon also going to be finishing out with a high 227. Looks like a 227:47 or 48. It's a 227 for us, for sure. All right, 227:20. And just like that, we have our winner of this race, GG's Shadow, and GG's Flygon. Very close race from both players. It's been a very fun time commentating this, when there wasn't a whole lot of background noise distracting me and them, I guess. Through 27:47. Very close race. You won on race time. Of course you did. Alrighty, we have Shadow in the booth, getting ready to come in for an interview. Both of them are here. All right. Hello to both of you. GG's. Really cool. Very close race from both of you. GG's on the PB Shadow.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was. Yeah, how are you guys feeling?
I'm very happy with my win.
Yeah, you
He
won on
won
race
by
time.
9 seconds on race time.
I got a 227.50 and Shadow got a 227.50.
Yeah, still got a race time 227, so I'll take that.
Yes.
Dude, literally, like, every 5 minutes we would swap who was in the lead. That was, like,
Yeah,
actually the most
yeah, you
insane
get-
race.
Yeah, it was a
tournament, man.
crazy race. You guys have been like.
You had
yeah,
9 second pot coming into Bowser 3.
Yeah,
Like
it was. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I figured you did gold because that was a very solid Bowser 3 from you.
Yeah, it was only a 720. I'm kind of surprised. Like, I don't know what else I have to do to save, like, 20 seconds there, but...
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's a hard level, man. I don't know either. It's really difficult. But
yeah.
I know it must feel
Honestly,
good.
like,
Must feel good to PB.
yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
Eh.
Just eh. All right. Fair enough. Was this? Yeah, no. I know you're not particularly fond of this category, so I guess it's good that you don't have to play it anymore, right?
Sure.
I guess, yeah. So Shadow, moving forward, I actually do not. Yeah, so you got him. Yeah, you're going against Silo. How you feeling about that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm nervous to face Silo, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's kind of good at the game. But honestly, I didn't expect that after losing a minute in Honey Hive 1 to PB by nearly a minute, so that's yes.
Yeah,
Good
that
feeling.
was. Yeah, that was. Yeah, you've been playing really well since then.
I also lost a minute to messing up Boolean twice, actually.
Surprised
So yeah,
too.
this run could have been a 225 without all the huge time losses, but I'm
Well,
set up
yeah.
with this for now.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely might do a couple of runs, prepare for my match against Silo, because if he's rusty enough, there's a small chance I could win.
Yeah, well, yeah, you never know. Silo also does tend to opt for more consistent stuff, so it's.
Yeah, exactly. So it all comes down to, yes.
Yeah, definitely good to prepare for that. Yeah, it's good to prepare for that. All right, well, I won't keep you guys around too long.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely refreshing to be able to win, even though I was definitely the underdog. That was cool.
Well,
I don't know if it was Matt or Ginkgo that said that I had no shot against winning against Flygon, but might have been Matt. I don't know.
sounds like one of them. Sounds like something one of those two would say. I don't know. Well,
yeah. Anyway,
good race. Yeah, very good race from both of you. GG's. All right. Alrighty. Well, I think we'll just end it off here. Have a good one.
See you later.
All right. See you around. Yep. So I guess we'll do the obligatory follow the runners and follow the commentator. There's not really much else to do if you want to. Yeah, well, if you if you want to continue, if you want to keep up with the tournament, if you want more of that, we've got I believe we got a couple matches. We got a match later in about 20 minutes. You have Tibbs versus Latchers on SpeedGaming 3. That's tonight at 6. And then we have tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. You have Brad Ghost versus Music Mat 7. That's going to be it's going to be a really cool match as well. So definitely you don't want to miss out on all the Galaxy action going on right now. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. So I don't know what else is going on right now, but hopefully it's good. Hopefully we enjoy it. Thanks again for to Speed Gaming for having me as commentator. And thanks for having us here. It's been real fun. Have a good one.